So I just wanted to say that I look like a bad bitch today. I look like a bad bitch, and I hope that you know that you look like one too. It's very interesting what what a haircut will do to a black man, bitch. I was walking past the mirror, I was like, oh, it's not giving caveman anymore. I love that for me. Anyway, so just a disclaimer, I'm not gonna act like I watched the entire thing, but I wanna talk about this Travis Scott and Charlemagne interview. And just when it came out that he was doing this interview with Charlemagne, I was like, girl, the person that you chose to do this interview with tells me all I need to know about what the interview is gonna be like. And I was completely right. But for me, I don't think he should be I didn't think he should be speaking. I think that he should just let the investigations go on, let the cases happen, let that shit happen. Just sit your ass down and lay low. But especially because I knew he was not gonna offer us anything useful. I just knew it. Let me show you this clip really quick.
Raging has been a part of the culture, of your shows. You didn't on this night, but in the past, you've encouraged, I guess, the kind of energy that could have led to something like this happening. Mm-hmm. Do you think that contributed to the energy of this night?
Yeah, I think, it's something I've been working on, for a while, of just creating these experiences and trying to show like the experiences happening in a safe environment. Mm-hmm. Us as artists, we trust, professionals to make sure that, things happen and people leave, safely, you know what I'm saying? And this night was just like a regular show, mm-hmm. It felt like to me. As far as like, the energy, it didn't feel like it was like, people didn't show up there to just be harmful. Mm-hmm. People just, I think, showed up to have a good time, and then, something unfortunate happened. And I think we really just gotta figure out, what that was,
What do you mean we need to figure out what that was? What? But that's the type of energy, and no, it's not really our fault. And just like, oh, well, raging, what are you talking about? Raging? There's no textbook definition of raging. I was just like, okay. So yeah, they talked about a lot of other stuff. I'm not going to go into it, but I'm just telling you, that's the spirit of especially the other clips that I saw as well. Like, that's the spirit that the entire interview seemed like it was giving to me. Like I said, I don't know why he thought it was necessary to go up there and say nothing. It gave me nothing. I want to know what y'all think about that shit. So Alicia Keys sat down with Complex News, and they talked about a lot, but the clip that kind of made its rounds around the internet was her talking about Lil Mama, right? That infamous night where Lil Mama got up on the stage, she rushed the stage, with her arms crossed, bitch. She said, I'm from New York, too hoe, and you're gonna put some respect on my That shit was funny, right? So she was asked about it, like, what was her reaction? Like, what did you think? And she said, I was really curious to see what she was gonna say about this shit. But she said that, she was just standing next to Jay, and as far as she was concerned, all she could see was Jay-Z standing next to her. She did not know that there was a whole other person standing next to Jay-Z. And she said when she found that out, it kind of scared the hell out of her. But she said when she got off stage, she was smiling, she was happy, everything was cool. And Jay-Z was looking at her like, you didn't see, and he said, you didn't see what happened? You didn't see what, you didn't. Every time I think about that moment, I think about Beyonce like, trying to hold her ass back. No, bitch, what you doing? Come back. Lil Mama looked at Beyonce like, bitch, if you don't get your Creole hands off me, girl. She went up on that stage, bitch, I'm cackling. That moment will go down in history as one of the most iconic pop culture moments, like award show moments ever. I don't know why. Lil Mama said, why? I think that would have been my main question after. I wouldn't even be I wouldn't be annoyed, I'd be mad, but I wouldn't be, it would just be like, what? Okay, so walk me through your thought process, Lil Mama. Get me out of here. So I want to make clear before we talk about this that this next story is coming from like unconfirmed sources and very reliable sources. So it's not like something that's truly confirmed for real, but with the history of Miss Letitia Wright, given her past tweets and deletes, given what industry is saying about her, it's not too far of a stretch to believe or to think that these reports are accurate. Letitia Wright allegedly does not want to return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe because she is unwilling to get the vaccine. And I think that, just like many other people have said on social media, this is one of the most legendary bag fumbles that I've seen in my entire lifetime, bitch. Because we're talking about Shuri could have been in this entire movie. If it's not happening anymore or whatever, or she being recast or whatever. Letitia could have been in this movie, the star of this movie. She could have had, spin-offs, Disney Plus TV shows, you know what I mean? Like, coming in to different stories in different movies in phase 4. You see what I'm saying? She fumbled that bag, bitch. I will put on a wig. And I'll put on them corny ass paws, ho. If you bitches need another act, bitch, I will put on a wig, ho. No, I'm just joking, but like, damn, there's so many other actresses who would just go get theirs, go get theirs, go get theirs. At this point, it's cool. Like I said, bitch, I'll turn around in a wig, bitch. I just got my booster shot. Like, there's so many other actresses, like legitimately, like actresses who want that spot, girl. It ain't nothing. You holding up production, you costume motherfuckers, people can't crew and all that shit, they checks. You know what I mean? Who working on the set, like, get her ass out of there. I'm sorry, get her ass out of there. Get her ass out of there, girl. And money aside, movies aside, like, bitch, they got people working on that set who got family, got kids and shit. They concerned, of course they concerned about their health and the health of their household. Like, it's just so annoying. And then of course on Twitter I saw somebody talking about, oh, I cannot believe that all y'all are out here praying for this woman's downfall, a black woman, Letitia Wright's downfall. How could you do this shit? How could you all try to ruin her career? It's like, girl, this shit ain't had nothing to do with her being a black woman, sweetie. Like, I hate when y'all do that. Disney said, hey, guess what, girl? If you want to work here, Miss Mamas, you want to be sure, get the vaccine house so you won't be coughing and infect everybody else. And it won't put you at risk when you're on our set. And like, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't get why some people are making this like oh my gosh, y'all are coming against her type of issue. She did that shit herself, number one. Number two, what do we got to do with Disney's fucking rule about vaccinations? Whether we complain or not, whether we drag her or not, she's still gonna be out of that job if she don't get vaccinated. Get out my face. Get out my face. Whew, child. They done got the good sis. 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 Jussie Smollett has been found guilty on 5 of the 6 counts that he was charged with. Smollett was released Thursday and Judge James Lynn set a post-trial hearing for January 27th. He said that he would schedule Smollett's sentencing at a later date. This shit is messy. This shit is messy. But if it's giving stunt queen, then it's just giving stunt queens. There are many stunt queens on the planet. They don't deserve to be in prison. They don't deserve to be in prison. A lot of the experts, like the legal experts from the articles that I'm reading, are saying that it's likely that he'll just face probation or community service or something like that. I'm hoping that that's the case. You know, but it's really annoying to me, especially with the way that certain things were reported. Some of that shit was rooted in homophobia, no shade. I don't want to get into it, but it's just so annoying because you have Kyle Rittenhouse, who they call him the Kenosha Kid. It's giving Kenosha Killer, girl. What are you talking about? He's being paraded around by politicians. People over there, I guess, with celebrities in certain circles. He's hopping on podcast episodes, just kikiing it up. Just like he's on a press tour. You know what I mean? What's her name? Ghislaine Maxwell trial going on. Of course it's being covered, but it's just, I don't know. Priorities need to be lined up. Let Jussie do some mandatory volunteer work or something like that. And that's it. I don't think that he should be put in jail. I'm gonna keep saying it. We're gonna see what the sentencing is giving, but I don't think they should lock that nigga up. That shit, but this case was wild though. It was wild. It was wild. So there's a big story coming out of the whole, Oxford High School situation. I've been talking about it for the past couple videos, but apparently the school district over there has been hit with two $100 million lawsuits, I think. So this is coming from Detroit News. Oxford Community Schools officials knew Ethan Crumbley posted threatening comments on social media, but failed to protect fellow students and downplayed the danger, according to the federal lawsuit that they filed. So the superintendent, Timothy Throne, and the high school principal, Stephen Wolf, failed to take steps that could have prevented an attack, despite reviewing ominous social media posts by Crumbley in the days and hours leading up to the attack. Those posts and warning signs included photographs of weapons, a countdown clock, and the quote, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. See you tomorrow, Oxford." Instead of disciplining Crumbley, removing him from school, or heeding warnings from parents who reported to school officials rumors of an imminent attack, the superintendent downplayed the threat and concluded there was not a credible threat, according to the lawsuit. And in the minutes leading up to the shooting, despite a school policy banning backpacks in classrooms, school officials allowed Crumbley to keep his backpack and failed to search it. They finna get dragged. They're gonna get dragged. They're going to get dragged. I didn't even realize, before I did the research for that shit, I did not even realize that all of that shit was going on before the shooting even happened. Yeah, somebody's head a couple of heads finna roll for that shit. And they going for $100 million. And I feel like they very confident that they're gonna get something. I am as well, but it just sucks. It sucks. It sucks. As much as we have these lawsuits and people being held accountable and people being held responsible and reviewing of procedures and guidelines, like, bitch, these kids will not be able to be resurrected. They will not have it, like, and students, friends, family, just like, and the trauma. I can't even imagine having survived some shit like that and then like having to go back into school. That shit is crazy. This country is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And speaking of something else that is ridiculous, we can end the video here. Kellogg's. Y'all, like I tweeted, Kellogg's is a very nasty girl. She's nasty. She's a trifling, low down, nasty girl. So nasty and so rude. So nasty and so rude. So Kellogg's employees, remember, they were on strike. They've been at the negotiation table, the union and Kellogg's, like the employees at Kellogg's, for I think over a year now. Remember, they were striking. So Kellogg's employees have rejected a contract proposal offering 3% annual raises, with 1,400 workers at the company's 4 U.S. cereal plants choosing to remain on strike. Kellogg said now, because of that, because you have all these employees striking, Kellogg said, hey, guess what? All y'all hoes, we're gonna replace you. Fired, we're gonna replace y'all. We're gonna replace y'all. Kellogg said that it will now move forward with plans to start hiring permanent replacements for the striking workers. The company has already been using salaried employees and outside workers to keep the plants operating during the strike. Although people are saying that because it's so many employees striking at one time, it's gonna be difficult for Kellogg's to rehire that many people and keep their stuff running at the same operating levels that it was before, right? So, but what I think is cool is that, look at this. Apparently, since this news came out that they're rehiring and like just firing all these people have been putting in like bogus ass job applications to Kellogg's, like, and a lot of that shit has come from Gen Z, like the TikTok people. Sean Black, I think, or Sean Black is his name. He created a program that fills out the job applications and just sends the shit. I don't know how many times a minute he said it does it. You could watch it here.
Well, it's about that time again. Y'all remember this? Well, apparently Kellogg's is planning to replace workers who are fighting for better workplace conditions and better pay. And so people over at the anti-work subreddit have found out they're using these websites to do it, these locations. So you know what I had to do? You know how to cook up a little something, you know? I'm not gonna try to explain exactly what this does. I'm just gonna show you. Go ahead and run the code. Please, when I ran on one of the 4 websites, starts up an application. You need to sign in. Okay, well, it goes through the process of signing in. Goes says that's the privacy agreement itself. Goes says creates an account. Oh, and then it fills everything else in. All of it, including filling out the resume. And then it automatically applies. Application has been sent. And in case you're wondering, yes, all the data is relevant data. Zip codes match, cities match, states match, it all matches up perfectly. I'm still working on the rest of the fields, but not bad for a day's work, I'd say.
Wild. But that's nasty. That's nasty. For them to be saying, hey, bitch, we just want to be able to live. I saw a sign from one of the Kellogg's employees, or I guess striking employees, that said that I feed your family, but I can't feed mine, you know? So it's like, I don't understand how you can look down from your high office, you know, as an executive in a company and see, and without an understanding that without these employees, you ain't gonna get your fucking product out there. And your employees are saying, hey, sis, like, we need to be able to live. The working conditions are horrible. I don't understand how you can treat employees like the people who without them, you wouldn't be making shit, right? I don't understand how you can treat them like that. They saying Kellogg's made like $500 million in profit and they acting stingy with the fucking coin. Like, bitch, pay the people who help your company survive. Like, I don't get it. They don't get it either. They're still striking and y'all are getting dragged. That's it. On that note, I want to thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure that you check out my Patreon at patreon.com/AdrianExpression for weekly podcasts and extra content, all that good stuff. I hope that you have an amazing weekend and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.